Hi guys, thank you for coming to the session. So let's wait some 5 minutes to see that more people come, and then we can start. Okay, so welcome everybody, and thank you very much for your attendance to this first webinar about of our self-development program called Ignite. And well, as you see, the topic of today is going to be understanding our product. and I hope that this is gonna help you more to know what is exactly that we are selling when we on the ICX side. So the content of the webinar is going to be what are our products, also their characteristics, what's the service we provide, the timeline, and what makes us unique. So first of all, we have two products, two main products that we sell to companies, which are Global Talent and Global Entrepreneur, and well, I'm going to describe each of them. So for Global Talent, it's a program that is dedicated to well, companies and specifically to multinationals, small and medium enterprises, and startups. So these are our mere customer segmentation, and it's a program that which objective is to bring international talents with a global perspective and expertise to provide companies with fresh ideas for expansion and growth. So something super important to know about global talent is this customer segmentation. That is, it is with this program, with this product, we target well all kinds of companies from startups to multinationals. Then, what is our value proposition? What is the value proposition that we can give to each of these kind of companies? Well, first of all, the leadership development part, because well, as you know, ISF is an organization that aims to develop the leadership skills of young people, and it's one of the parts of what we do. And if we don't develop leadership in our ISEC experiences, then we're not developing ISEC experiences. So that's one thing, one of the value propositions that we can say to companies, so the leadership development of young students. Also the international talent acquisition part. So because with these they can have access to profiles of different parts of the world, and well, to all the people that apply to our platform. Just in this sense, if it's better if we're going to go to a company and if they ask you for profiles of a very particular country, it's better that they maintain they keep they are flexible in terms of that, because sometimes if they ask so for someone from I don't know Cameroon or something like super specific, it's gonna take more time and it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to match. So I would rather that they keep the job description open to different kind of profiles. And what I would recommend you is that from the profiles that we can get more easily will be from Latin America, from North Africa, and from Asia, because that's also the ISEC entities that have a bigger growth and a bigger attraction of EPs in those ISEC entities. For example, for Europe, it is possible, of course, but it may take a little bit more time, or we may have less applicants from Europe, or in that case, you have to do a specific partnership with LCs from these countries. So that's for it. In the case of innovation, well, because our EPs can bring ideas from other parts of the world, so they can bring other perspectives than the ones that maybe companies can have here in France. And in the case of flexibility, because they are since they are not based here, they could be ready to travel and to move to other parts and can be maybe more flexible in that sense. Then in terms of duration, the Global Talent Program, it's from 4 months to 12 months. And there is something super important to say in terms of the origins of it. If it's somewhere from the European Union, more surely provide an internship of up to 6 months. And if it's someone from outside of the European Union, it can be up to 12 months, and it can be extended up to 18 months. So the reason for this is because for non-European for people that are from outside of the European Union, we have the approval of La Directa, that they approve the Convention de Stage and they can approve them up to 12 months. and it can be even extended to up to 18 months, as I said before. But for non-Europeans, for people from the European Union, the convention de stage, I would say for now we can have it until 6 months, which is what companies can do a convention de stage like for French people. So that's what we are going to apply for Europeans, because up to now I'm not sure if we can have uh, a European for up to 12 months. So in order to not put in risk the company, it's better that we keep it to that up to that time. Yeah. So in the case of the products that we have in Global Talent, is mainly with profiles of marketing, business administration, and information technology. And well, this is the payment that, or the prices that companies will provide us, depending on the kind of companies that they are. So this is something that we are starting to implement this year at the national level. So instead of having different prices according to the region in which the company is, we're applying the prices according to the kind of companies they are. So you can see here we have the four different for companies. If they are startups, if they are small and medium companies, if they are intermediate companies, or if they are big companies, and that's depending on the number of employees and their annual revenue. And it also depends on the duration of the internship. So so if something important to say is that if, for example, a company wants to have someone for 6 months and then they want to extend the internship while the intern is already here, then you have to they have to give you the difference between the prices of the duration. That's it. And then for the payment split, so the companies pay 25% of the total when once we already found the EP, and 75% once the EP arrives. So the reason why we're doing this is because we want to also be more customer oriented, and it will avoid starting to charge companies once they sign the contract, but only until we have already demonstrated them that we can actually provide the talent that they are looking for. So this way, we become more customer oriented, and that way also we can have more happy partners. So now for Global Entrepreneur, it is a new product that we are starting to implement here in France, and we're still in the testing phase to see how interesting it can be for our customers, which are mainly startups. And this is a program which brings young entrepreneurial talents to fasten the growth and consolidation of startups in their respective markets. So this is the objective that we have with this program, with this product. And the value proposition is it's mainly the same as with Global Talent. Something that we can also say for startups is that through Global Entrepreneur we can help them to internationalize themselves and expand to other markets. So well, this can be interesting to startups that are just growing, and then they want to start growing in other countries. So then we can bring them, in that case, someone that after the internship can also help them to open their company in the places where they are from, and well, they also have the expertise and the knowledge of the place where they are from. So well, this is also other part of our value proposition. And the characteristics is it's a duration of between 8 to 11 weeks, and so less than 3 months. In this case, something super important is that if it's an internship of less than 2 months, then they don't have to provide the salary to the intern, but they will have to provide the accommodation. And if it's more than 2 months, then they have to provide a minimum salary to the intern. Global Entrepreneur, normally in other countries, the companies don't have to pay anything. to the intern because they are startups, so normally they cannot afford it. But because of the regulations in France, because that um, when of the duration of the internship. So in case you don't know, so if an internship is in France is less than 2 months, companies don't have to give the salary. But if it's more than 2 months, then they have to by law. So because of this, we are adapting this product to come to the startups here, and well, this is how we decided we can sell it. So also for the products, it's the same kind of profiles: marketing, business administration, and information technology. And where this is the product fee that we are charging to startups. And this is what I was just saying before about the accommodation and about the salary. So the product fee is 250, and it doesn't matter like the duration of the company. We know that all of them should be startups. So this is like a recap of the main differences of four products. So for Global Talent and Global Entrepreneur, for Global Talent, remember that our customer segmentation is multinationals, small and medium enterprises, and startups. For Global Entrepreneurs, it's only startups. And in terms of the duration, for Global Talent, it can be between 4 and 12 months. And for Global Entrepreneur, is from 8 to 11 weeks. Also, the reason of the duration of Global Entrepreneur is because the visa that EPs will get in case they are from outside of the European Union is a visa de courte séjour, which is up to 3 months. But that's the reason why also the duration of the internship. In the case of the subproducts, it's the same for both of them, and the price for Global Talent is according to the company size and the duration, and for Global Entrepreneur of 250. Something very important to that you have to know is that you can only bring students because of the law, and because of the how we can bring students, how they can be like employed by the companies. So they can be employed through a convention de stage, which has to be signed by the EP, by the university of the EP, by the company, and by ISX. So if they are not students and they don't have an university to sign, then we cannot bring them. So that's why we can only bring students, and well, that's something that you have to be aware of, and also the company should be aware of. So in the terms of our services, and this is something that we say in what we do during the whole process is promoting the position among the ISEC network. Then also doing the candidate listing and the interviews, the previous interviews, to see like what's their motivation to come to France, what's the motivation to be in this company, etc. And then we're also selecting the best profile from all the ones that are in the platform, because sometimes you post an opportunity and you will get applicants that don't really correspond to the job description. So that's why we have to do a previous preselection. So to only give to the company the top between 3 and 5 best CVs that correspond more to the JD. So we also help to in the visa process, in the administrative process. The rest of the administrative process of like the convention discharge, and in case if it's outside, someone from outside the European Union, making the convention discharge approved by the director. And then we also help on the accommodation of the EP, on helping them to find suitable accommodation, to integrate them to the culture, and also to help the EP develop their leadership skills. So these are basically based on our standards and satisfaction, which you can see here. Some of them, as you may see in the next to each of them, some of them correspond to the home country, and some of them correspond to the host country. We are in this case in France, we are the host country, so you have to see which ones correspond to us. We also take care of the insurance of the EP. Although it says home, it's the work of OGX in the other side to help them get an insurance, but it's also our work to make sure that the EP actually has an insurance. And yeah, so for the timeline, so this is how it happens, and more or less how much time it should take. So once you sign the contract with them, so you identify their needs, and and they should give you a job description. You should also see the job description to see if there is something that you don't understand, so that they can clarify it, and so that if you understand it, you will be able to know what they are looking for. Also to see like if it corresponds to the profiles that we can provide. Because for example, if they are looking for an engineer, or for someone that has like a different profile outside of the subproducts, then either we're not going to be able to find it, or it's going to take longer to find. So that's why we should stick to these subproducts. Then it's our part to do the promotion of the opportunity among the ISEC network, and also the time that we leave people or EPs to apply to our opportunities, which takes between 1 and 2 weeks, that's the time that it should take. Then the pre-screening process, also the time in which we select the best applicants, which we do the interviews, etc., is what should be of 1 week. And then well, the final selection from the partners. So from the time that we give them people to interview, so the best candidates, up to the time they normally do their interviews, and they take the time to decide, should be between 1 and 2 weeks. Then for the preparation and logistics for the visa process, depending on the country, well, depending also on our reactiveness, which should be like the fastest possible, it should take between 4 and 8 weeks. So when then the intern arrives and starts to work, and then the intern reception and integration. So minimum total duration of all these, it can be between 6 and 13 weeks, and it depends also on the times that you establish with the company. Like if you once you sign a contract, you should know, like you should tell them like, okay, in this time we're gonna give you the first short listing, and then you should also set times with the company of how much time they should take to do the interview, or else it can take forever. So in order to have like a good time with them, you should set expectations about it. And what else? So in case you don't find the right profiles during the first time, you should also keep on being proactive and keep on and giving them more CVs as they come, and yeah, to show them our proactiveness. So something super important that I wanted to highlight is the part of the leadership development, because as I told you, when we talk about ISEC for students and for our members and for companies, is that we are an organization that develops leadership through exchange. So if we are having exchanges in which we are, as ISEC, we are not helping the intern to develop their leadership skills, then we are not doing really an ISEC experience or an ISEC exchange. Because the other part of all the other services, maybe someone else, maybe an HR agency or maybe another association can also do it. But what makes it really unique is the part of the leadership development. So we can also use that, and we should also use that as a value proposition. And in order to develop the leadership of the intern, there are two parts. one, and well, also we should only partner with companies that can contribute to our vision and that can help us to co-deliver this part of the leadership development. So, and the leadership we develop should be also based on the four parts of the LDM, which are empowering others, being solution oriented, being a aware citizen, and being self-aware. So, this is how each company contributes to develop the leadership of the intern. So with the first part, to be solution oriented, they should fulfill a challenging job description that is gonna help the intern to find always solutions to the challenges and the problems that he faces. In order to become also a world citizen, well, by in the end, by interacting with other employees and having a collaborative workspace, or what that was for. Ah, no, damn it! uh, I did something wrong with this line. Sorry. Um, but by empowering others, by interacting um, with other coworkers, and then that's how they see and understand how they can empower others. In the case of world citizens, by solving issues of the companies and interacting with locals, that's how they can understand the culture of France, for example, and also well to seek to understand like what are the business norms here that can be different to of their home country, and how they become self-aware, what by understanding their key performance indicators, having regular feedback, and yeah, so that's how they can become self-aware through the internship. And then the other important thing that we have to be aware of and that we have to also start to implement more is how we contribute to the development of to the leadership development of our EPs. So this has to do with the standard number 15, which is providing leadership development spaces through which we're going to help our EPs mainly reflect on their experience. So as you know, in the in a in the ISF journey, there is the inner and outer journey, and there is in the inner journey the part of reflecting on our own experience. That's how also how we contribute to the experience of the EP. And how we can do it is mainly through 6 ways. So the EP will reflecting on their experience and having individual discovery of what he's going through, which is going to help him to be more self-aware. Also, the team experience he has with his coworkers, and maybe also us gathering the interns that we have, and also them sharing like how it has been their experience. So in order that they can also reflect more on it and become more self-aware and to empower others and being more solution-oriented. Also, you having with them one-to-ones in which maybe if they face any problem, you can also give them advice of how they can solve it through conference and seminars, so that we can also invite them to our conferences, or also you inviting them to your induction to your induction days, or to your LC meetings, or your LC weekends. Then through learning cycles and virtual spaces. So this is something that we are going to start developing more here in France. So I'm not going to go that much also into detail, but you will be having more information. I hope during November of how also we can develop the leadership of our EP. So that's it mainly for understanding our product. So now it's time for question and answers, and I think in the YouTube channel, if I'm right, you have like next to the video, I think you have like a chat. So I just wrote I just put a hi. I don't know if you saw it, but here this you can put your questions and answer, or if you are a VP, you can put it in our Facebook group. So, do you have any questions? No, no questions. Oh, global volunteer. Yeah, well, so for now, for global volunteer at the national level, we'll be working mainly with the project of LADICA. So for now, not really working on creating our own projects. That's why I didn't talk about global volunteer. But and this also the program of INADI is more to develop the or opportunities with companies and startups. So to develop more global talent and global entrepreneurs. But for global volunteer, there is going to be a webinar on how to create like projects and how to align them to the SDGs. But that's like another subject. And there was another a question from Fatima, I think. Well, in the case of well, the question is how is leadership development a valuable position for companies when it's something that benefits the interns and not the company itself? I will say that because if we help them to develop these skills, they should also be better performing during their experience, and which is gonna bring more results to them. So imagine if there is an intern that is having, for example, uh, a problem with one of their colleagues, and then they come to you and you have like regular checkups with them and ask them like how it is going, and stuff. So and if they're having this problem with this company, with this colleague, then our job is also to help them finding the solution and to help them reflect on maybe if they're having this problem is because because maybe they are just adapting to the culture and they should know that maybe there is like uh, that they shouldn't take personally these for example the attitudes of others, so which is gonna in the end develop one of the characteristics of the LDN, which is solution oriented, or also being a world citizen, of being understanding of other cultures, um, and also will be like I think that if we develop this, in the end it's also gonna and we manage to help the EP to go through the problems they are having during the internship. It can also help them to be better performing during the internship, or during their experience. Yeah. So the question is if we deliver the leadership development to the intern. Yeah, because in the end, so we have in ISEC we have two main customers, and especially in ICX, one the company and the other the intern. Um, and So why we deliver leadership development to the intern is because they are also our main customers in ISEC. So and yeah, from my point of view, yeah, it should also make them have a better performance during their internship, and also a better experience during all the time they're going with you. Do you have any other questions? That's something that I'm not gonna go deep now here, but I'm working with my NST value delivery to give you more information about it, and also I should be sending you the booklets of that AI has been releasing during since after IC. Um, but you can also check the platform IAS one or .ec. There you can see like all the materials that AI is um, well delivering in order for us to know more how to develop the leadership skills in our interns, and it's mainly through follow up. So it's mainly through the through the six environments that I listed there. So individual discovery and reflection, team experience, one-to-ones, conference and seminars, learning cycles are visual spaces. And also, well, something important is the incoming preparation seminar. But I also will be talking more about it, not in this time, but in Spark, for example, and later in November. You're welcome. Do you have any other questions? No questions? Okay, so if there are no more questions, then I think that's it for now. So thank you very much for being here, and we'll keep on. We'll be I'll be updating you about the times and days of the next session. Thank you. Bye.